Let's get rolling. What's up? I'm BBK Dragoon. Today, joining me is Epos Fox and MVito22. We're going to be talking today, over the next however long this is going to take us, you guys, probably around an hour, maybe a little bit less if we finish sooner. We're going to be talking about some gaming things, two intelligent personalities from the YouTube gaming community that I happen to be friends with. Introductions, Epos Fox, you create a lot of diverse YouTube content, you and your lovely other half, Chew. I've got
Yeah.
your Twitter in down there, and then MVito, old school Gears of War competitive player, was into Halo and still is in my mind a beastly Halo player, especially CEA. But you have sort of forgone that and now moved on to scarier games and some Let's Playing, and yeah, thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. We've got a Space Kitty Marine and a Space Pikachu Marine. I find that funny. Too many. We now need like a Zerg Epos or a Toss Epos in here or something. With Epos's voice box there, we could definitely do the what is it? The Templar voice. You need to construct additional pylons.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, guys, I won't waste time. First topic: PC transactions versus console transactions. Vito and I talked about this a few days ago. Epos, we were talking about this not too long ago. And I'd like to know your guys' opinions how things have sort of changed in the last 5, 10 years. What is less expensive in the long run? PC transactions versus console transaction. We'll go with Epos first and then Vito.
Oh, putting me on the spot here. Okay. Um, I I think PC overall, to be honest. Um, Although it might not seem like it, but are we're talking about like the overall investment as a whole, right?
Let's look at the overall investment from a 1 year time frame. Let's say you
Right.
buy a console
Right.
at Christmas time and you buy
hmm
1 year's worth of games that are in your allotted budget. I'm not talking insane budget here. I'm
Right.
talking like, I probably buy only a few console games a year at this point just because of the price
Right.
versus the PC. So 1 year time frame, I think.
Right. Okay. So you have the initial investment of a PC, which no matter like you can get really, really cheap or really, really expensive, that is obviously going to just like completely tower over the game, over the console price. But there are things that you don't have to spend money on, like additional accessories. Once you have your initial, set of them, you have your keyboard, you have your mouse, you can make upgrades. But there's no regular accessories like crazy, extra controllers or wireless headsets. Those things are not really anywhere near as necessary as they are for the console, and you're saving money on those. As far as the games go, you have, which is a topic we'll touch on later, but constant sales, either via Steam or whatever. Often you have a little bit cheaper prices because just generally PC games can be a bit cheaper, even though looking at just brand new prices aren't all that cheaper. And then as far as DLC and things like that goes, you often get that free a lot more on PC than you do console. And with PC, you also have access to a lot of free games or modding or additional just general free game modes that extend the life of your games a lot more than you'd ever probably play on console. So if nothing else, you may be buying a bit less games simply because you're spending more time on the ones that you actually have.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, I think about it, and Vito, I'm not going to interrupt. I want to know your thoughts here in a second, but think about like a game like Counter-Strike. Okay, like not even Source, but Counter-Strike 1.6. That's a PC release you can get on the Steam store for like what, $2 during a Steam sale, and when it's not a Steam sale, probably like $10, and you could just
Right,
sink hundreds of hours into that game.
right,
Whereas you still pay $40 for HD remakes and,
yeah,
and sometimes even 60 if they're like an HD collection, quote
yeah,
unquote. I don't want to get into that too much, but so the basic answer from you is yeah, PC in the long run is cheaper and a better value to the gamer, right?
right.
Okay. Vito, I'm going to pose it. We're keeping it kind of at the shallow level and we're going to get deeper into this in a second. Is it cheaper or is it more expensive?
There really isn't a whole lot I can add on to ePoses other than PC is definitely a cheaper option in my opinion. I mean, I'm gonna use an example from the Steam store. The whole Assassin's Creed series was 50 to 75% off. Not too long ago. I'd say about a week or two ago. Assassin's Creed 1 was like $2, Assassin's Creed 2 was like $5, and like the season pass for like all those games via the Ubisoft client thing, is like $30 when it's usually 60. Now, if you go over to like say Xbox or something like that, you go to GameStop.com and you'll see like Assassin's Creed 1 is around $10. Assassin's Creed 2 is still like $15. Brotherhood's still like 30. It stacks up, and even though it seems at the time that a console is more cost efficient to buy early, or to buy instead of building up your own PC, or like saving up I think it's like $500 or $600 for like a decent gaming PC, or other stuff like that. But long run, I believe PC is better. My dog is just barking. I apologize. But yeah, there's not a whole lot I can say to add on to Epos's thought.
Oh, it's cool. If
Yeah.
Puppy
Yeah.
keeps barking, I'll just mute your mic.
Yeah,
in
I'm just gonna
between.
mute it right now.
Okay, it's cool. I'll come back to you though. I like your dog anyway.